7:52, The Art of Bread Making and Artisan Baked Goods is a tasty new adventure. This is in Greencastle.
Give me some real butter and just
Absolutely.
slap it on there. Where's
Especially
Sherman?
when it's cold outside.
He's showing us what's baking at a new French-inspired bakery. Sherman?
Yeah. Hey, good morning. Have you guys been to downtown Greencastle? Have you? Well, if you haven't, yes, come on. Come on down, as they say, to this location here. It's Breadworks Breadworks by Bridges. It is an awesome, awesome artisan bakery. We talk about every little thing that goes on when it comes to baking, goes on in one place. This is the destination for that, and it's a beautiful space.
Thank you.
What's up, Chef?
How you doing?
Chef Sal Fernandez, the executive chef. I'm telling you, this is Breadworks by Bridges is an amazing, amazing place. We're right in the corner, Walnut in Indiana, for those who know what that is. Give me the concept. I'm going to let you explain, because there is a lot to explain here.
There's a lot, yes. This is sort of a dream that we had 2 years ago when we opened our first concept, Bridges. I really wanted to have an artisan-style bakery, sort of like you do in California, Chicago, LA. And there wasn't anything like that around here. So I thought, you know what, we're going to build ourselves. And with that sort of came some other things that we threw everything on there, donuts, muffins, and we said, let's put it all together. And then we'll make a two-story building and
cool.
Throw everything on there.
So we're upstairs. Take a look. BJ's going to show you the view downstairs. So if you come here and grab, okay, the chandelier, is that a chandelier or what
that
is
a rolling pin chandelier.
Yeah, that is amazing. If you look down, so if you enter street level, that's where you would order your coffee, which is amazing, by the way. Your coffee, your donut, your bread, all that good stuff. Bridges is the restaurant that does pizza and pasta.
Right.
Now this is the Breadworks connection to that. And also you've got a little burger joint across the street.
Right across.
So they got all this, making it definitely a destination. Open at 7 a.m.
7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
And you break everything here.
Everything. Everything is made here for all the restaurants and that we sell.
Okay, can we start right here at the center? Can you give me what's up here?
Yeah, so we have a couple different things. We have our cream cheese Danish, which is very popular.
With sprinkled sugar.
Yep, a little sprinkled sugar.
Yeah.
And then your glazed yeast donuts.
Okay.
And your chocolate yeast donuts. Apple fritters, which are also very popular. And then we always have a seasonal donut. So this is kind of our winter donut for now. We did one for Christmas. We did one for Halloween.
So a little vanilla flavoring on
a little
top?
vanilla icing.
Muffins. I think that's an orange cranberry, I was told.
Yes, this is my personal favorite, is the orange cranberry, and then blueberry, and then your classic chocolate muffin.
Okay, and all the different breads. What do we have here?
This is sort of our sourdough bread bowl. You can slice it for sandwiches, or you can cut out the top and then put some soup in there, which is what I like to do. Baguettes and focaccia. This is what we sell at Bridges as well, and it's been very popular for many years. So.
Okay, so we're upstairs. There is a lunch, a little bistro. Behind me, you'll see this really cool kitchen. It's a concept kitchen. They've got that going on. As you mentioned, they do all the stuff here. We're going to make some donuts coming up later. It's time to make the donuts, but this one right here says Sherman. You see that smile? That's what that says.
There you go.
And I'm going there. Oh, ladies, hello.
Hello.
Just the smell of the bread. So good.
Okay. Carbs. I smell carbs.
I know.
Many people probably have this as a New Year's resolution. Maybe eat more vegetables.
On the other end of that, right?
Yeah.
Well, one picky feline just wasn't having it. This is Hazel, a Canada lynx that lives at the Buffalo Zoo in New York. As you can see, she did not want anything to do with that head of lettuce that the zookeepers gave her. So she covered it up with some straw, and then she gave him the stink eye. Out of sight, out of mind. For the record, these felines are carnivores. So the head of lettuce was only given to her as an enrichment toy, and for our enjoyment, this was not her actual meal.
I think she's trying to hide it and save it for later.
Yes, maybe that's it.
So good, she doesn't want anybody to steal it.
Only if I get really hungry.
Right.
Ahead at 8, music's biggest night is now postponed.
The dire COVID situation in California pushing the Grammys to later. March. We'll talk about it straight ahead.
And tensions growing in Washington, D.C. over today's Electoral College count in Congress. A political expert is joining us at 8:20 to preview the day.
Congress will meet to certify the election results today as President Trump and Republican lawmakers claim voter fraud in several swing states. I'm Eric Pointer, and I spoke to a political expert about objections from the more than 100 senators and representatives who plan to fight Joe Biden's victory and the impact it could have.
The pandemic forcing Indiana restaurants to adjust like never before. Some of those changes could be long-lasting. How industry leaders say COVID-19 will shape the future even after the pandemic is over.
The American Kennel Club announced their 197th dog breed. The characteristics of the Biwa Terrier. Fox 59 Morning News at 8 starts right now.
From Indiana's #1 news source, this is Fox 59 Morning News.
Hey, good morning. It's 8:01 on your Wednesday. We're taking a look with our tower cam over Indy this morning. Cloudy skies are expected today, really over the next several days, but it will stay dry. Good morning to you. I'm Jessica Hayes.
And I'm Angela Gannett. Let's get right over to Jim O'Brien as you're getting ready maybe to head out the door for school or work.
All right, Ange and Jess, heading out the door right now. It is cloudy out there, but it is dry and not as damp as it was this time on Tuesday morning. So again, pretty quiet out there. Roads look really good. We're holding in the lower 30s now. That's a live look out in Hamilton County up in Fishers along State Road 37. You can certainly see those cloudy skies overhead, but the radar continues to stay dry, and it looks like the clouds still kind of hang around across the Ohio Valley. A pretty quiet morning out there. We're at 32 degrees. That's not that bad. Considering early January. No wind chill really out there to begin our morning as well, but it will be a rather gray afternoon. And with that light northeasterly wind at 5 to 10 miles an hour, looks like our high is not going to move much today. We should top out in the upper 30s. We'll talk more about the rest of the work week. Is there any snow on the way? I'll have the latest on that coming up. Britt?
The Traffic Authority, powered by Tom Wood Automotive.
Tim, thank you. As we start the 8 o'clock hour, 8:02, we do have a couple of earlier problems still being cleared where we're seeing that little yellow icon on our map right here, westbound I-74. We do have a crash blocking a lane close to State Road 267. Also just north of downtown, Capitol Avenue near 22nd Street. A problem still being worked on in that area. I-65 at Southport Road. Both directions moving fine. Keep in mind we do have that cone zone up. We can see those barrels as we check out our NDOT camera. So just make sure you are being vigilant, using extra caution through that area. I-69 at 106th Street in Fishers, moving fine both directions, actually starting to lighten up as far as volume. Angela.
All right, all eyes on Washington today. So much going on. Congress, for one, scheduled to count the Electoral College votes and certify the results at the Capitol.
And this comes as President Trump and several Republican lawmakers continue to make unsubstantiated claims of voter fraud. Our Eric Pointer joins us live in our newsroom this morning. Eric, you've been talking to a political expert about the confirmation, what happens today. What did he say this could mean for the future of the country as we move forward?
So he says it's unlikely to change the results of the election, but could impact public opinion and possibly the effectiveness of the Biden presidency. A group of about 12 senators, including Mike Braun right here from the Hoosier state, plan to reject electoral college votes in the states where President Trump has raised unfounded claims of voter fraud. The group has presented no new evidence of election problems. Indiana University political science assistant Professor Stephen Webb says that while Republicans have the votes they need to lead the debate, Democrats hold the majority in the House. But Webster also says this delay in certifying the results today could have some Democrats frustrated.
I think one of the effects of these challenges is to sort of weaken the legitimacy of Joe Biden's presidency in the eyes of Republicans. This is consequential because if Republican voters believe Joe Biden to be an illegitimate president, then that sort of constrains Republicans in Congress from working with Joe Biden.
Webster says that some Republicans may not want to work with Joe Biden because of their voters' opinions on him and the impact that could have on their re-elections. Now, here locally, there are some President Trump supporters who plan on protesting the results as well. One group plans to meet at the Capitol building this morning for what they are calling a Stop the Steal rally. Back to you in the studio.
Eric, thank you. The balance of power in the U.S. Senate is now hanging on to two runoff elections in Georgia. The Associated Press projects Reverend Raphael Warnock defeated Senator Kelly Loeffler, and that means Warnock would be the first black senator in Georgia's history.
I am going to the Senate to work for all of Georgia.
We're going to make sure every vote is counted.
Meanwhile, the race between Senator David Perdue and Jon Ossoff remains too close to call. Right now, Democrat Ossoff leads that by 16,340 votes. More than 3 million Georgians voted early, shattering the state's record for total turnout in a runoff. The GOP needs to win only one seat to maintain their majority.
And turning now to the COVID-19 pandemic, Governor Holcomb will give his first coronavirus briefing of the new year today. And you can watch it live on fox59.com at 2:30. State health officials reporting nearly 3,500 new COVID-19 cases in Indiana yesterday. 142 Hoosiers have also died, more of them. That's the third most reported deaths in a single day in Indiana. More than 17 million doses of the COVID vaccine have been distributed around the country, but less than 5 million people have actually gotten a shot in the arm. Just a fraction of what was projected by this time. 76,000 of those who have gotten the first round of the vaccine are Hoosiers. Now, about 20% of Indiana restaurants, they have closed permanently since the start of this pandemic.
Local experts say it will likely have a lasting impact on how restaurants here operate.
You have right now quick service, fast casual, pizza, Italian, wings, burgers doing very well. That family dining concept, though, has been just really hammered beyond belief.
The Indiana Restaurant and Lodging Association went on to say they believe those trends could lead to new concepts in the future. Restaurants may retrofit. They may create new concepts to maximize carryout capability. You may even see drive-throughs at restaurants where you would never expect to see them.
We've already seen prototypes where you're going to have 4 lanes for a drive-through. The kitchen, the building will actually be above the drive-through lanes.
We are in 2021, and I think that we are excited to bring something new and fresh to the city.
And the Garage Food Hall just opened in the Bottle Works district. That was the representative you just heard from. They're hoping a mix of fast casual and sit-down dining will allow consumers the flexibility to dine comfortably.
And now to Fox 59 Crime Tracker alert. Police searching for a man accused of stealing from hospital workers. Police released these surveillance pictures from inside Hendricks Regional Hospital. Detectives telling us that man you saw there was getting into a nurse's office and stole her wallet December 19th, then used a stolen debit and credit cards at several stores. Investigators believe that he did the same thing at a hospital in Crawfordsville the day before.
Yeah, it's really low. These people are doing their best to, keep people healthy and keep people's spirits up. And then you have somebody that walks into the hospital when they're working so hard and not able to pay attention to stuff like this. This guy comes in and just starts stealing money from them. And right before Christmas on top of that.
Police say in both cases the suspect was driving the same car. Here is the shot, a dark colored 4-door sedan, saying it may be a Chevrolet. If you know anything about this person, who that suspect might be right there, you are asked to call Danville Police. Well, a snag in music's biggest night.
The Recording Academy has postponed the 2021 Grammy Awards. The escalating COVID crisis in California is to blame for that change.
The Wisconsin police officer at the center of a controversial shooting of Jacob Blake not going to face charges. Hear from Blake's family following this decision.
All right, kids heading out to the bus stop right now. It is a chilly start out there, but it's dry. Not much wind out there to begin our morning. Lower 30s out the door, which is not bad for early January. We will have much more of today's weather. Look ahead to that weekend forecast as well in just a couple of minutes. Stick around.
It is 8:11. Welcome back. The FBI now investigating a threat to fly a plane into the U.S. Capitol building as possible retaliation for the killing of an Iranian general a year ago. This threat picked up by air traffic controllers in New York, but multiple sources say it does not appear to be credible. A source told CNN the threat did not match any known terrorism chatter or intelligence. A U.S. drone strike killed Iran's top general a year ago last Sunday, but the anniversary passed without incident, but the actual it's the recording that you hear of it, Jess, and it's pretty disturbing when you hear it.
All right, and to this, the Kenosha County District Attorney says the police officer at the center of the controversial shooting of Jacob Blake will not face charges. Rustin Shesky shot Blake 7 times in the back while responding to a domestic incident. This was last August. Blake survived the shooting but was left paralyzed from the waist down. The DA says the case boiled down to the officer's right to self-defense when facing an armed suspect. So protesters took to the streets of Kenosha in response to that decision.
Jacob Blake's relatives said their legal fight not over. They say they want federal charges now against the officer.
This is going to impact this city, this state, and the nation for many years to come. Unless the people rise up and do what they're supposed to do.
It's not been forgotten. It's not been forgotten. We won't forget. We can't forget. When you see him, you won't forget. You cannot. He's in a chair.
Black Lives Matter asking people to stand with Blake's family at an event in Kenosha this afternoon.
California reached another single-day record for COVID-19 cases with more than 74,000 cases reported yesterday. Hospitals there are so overwhelmed. Non-essential surgeries are being delayed in regions where ICU bed capacity is 10% or less. Because of the spike in cases and the strain on hospitals in California, this year's Grammy Awards are postponed. The Recording Academy pushed that annual broadcast to March. It was initially scheduled for January 31st. Organizers haven't nailed down an exact new date just yet, but they didn't want people flying into Los Angeles amid this surge. The show eventually will be held at the Staples Center in downtown LA. Beyonce tops the list of nominees. She has 9 nominations.
Macy's says about 45 of its department stores will close by the middle of this year. The closures are part of a previously announced plan by the department store chain to shut 125 locations by 2023. It is also cutting roughly 2,000 corporate jobs. Macy's operates about 550 stores currently. It says it'll provide a list of the stores that are closing on its website sometime today. So we'll watch that closely.
And there's a new best diets list for the new year. The Mediterranean diet was named best overall, topping categories including the best diet for diabetes and healthy hearts. Now, this plan emphasizes eating fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans, and nuts with seafood in moderation. The DASH diet and flexitarian diet, which encourage being a vegetarian for most of the time, tied for second. The keto diet came in last for being too restrictive.
But a lot of people do that keto diet, even doctors that I know, and they have had great success. So whatever works for you, good luck. It's 8:15, a new dog breed being recognized by the American Kennel Club. Have you seen this? I want to make sure I say it right because I think it's Bichon Terrier. It's similar to a Yorkie, featuring a long flowing coat and weighing between 4 and 8 pounds. It's spelled a lot different if you look there. People are like, make sure you say it right on the internet. They cherish, the Cherish Championship are very rare. They're active, they're playful. The small dog breed is the American Kennel Club's 197th recognized breed. That makes them eligible now to compete in the events, including the prestigious Westminster Kennel Club show, which will be held in June this year instead of its usual February date. But what do you think? I mean, they're pretty.
They're so cute.
You know, and it all depends on how you keep their coat, right?
Right.
Long there and a little beard, longer floppy ears.
I feel like I need to always dress fancy around these
Yes,
dogs. They're very
and-
fancy
and-
looking.
And maybe behave a little bit better.
Like, what kind of treat is this? You know?
Right?
No, they're
Sticks its
cute.
nose
They're
up in the
cute.
air a little
So you
bit.
had to be careful on how you pronounce their
Well, because
name?
it looks a lot different. Well, and on the internet, they're like, hey, make sure you get it right because it looks a lot different than it sounds.
Oh, I got you.
So, yeah.
I got you. All right. 8:16, guys. A cloudy day. Still can get out there, though, and take in maybe a nice walk. The wind is not that bad out there. The air is much drier than it was this time 24 hours ago. It's not as damp outside today. But the gray skies certainly are hanging thick here, it looks like, to begin the morning. They may thin a little bit at times today, but it looks like the clouds went out today and for the next several days. But as I mentioned, temperature-wise, early January, we're doing pretty good. Still want to have that heavy coat, the gloves and the hats out the door. Sunglasses likely will not be needed, certainly for today. And really in the coming days, we'll continue to stay dry, but plenty of this gray sky is going to be hanging around as well. Now, the radar is completely dry here in central Indiana. We are watching a little bit of rain and snow back out towards Iowa and Missouri. That's going to continue to stay to the west and kind of weaken as it gets closer to Indiana and lifts off towards the north. There is a few fog advisories back out towards the west, out through Illinois, but nothing here in Indiana. And we're looking pretty good here, about 9 miles out at the airport, 2 miles, though, in Lafayette. As you'll notice, that high kind of hanging around the Ohio Valley. And that will stick around, it looks like, right on through the remainder of today and tomorrow. So it looks like we'll have a slight east to northeast wind later on today, but nothing really in the terms of a wind chill throughout the morning or afternoon. Might at times feel like the upper 20s. We're currently at 32 out the door. Normally, we start our early January with lows in the lower 20s, so running really well above average already here out the door. But it's just the gray skies that kind of take it away from you just a little bit here. We're at 27 in Lafayette and 31 in Terre Haute. Now, highs today with the clouds, I think we only get up into the upper 30s this afternoon, still above average. And then heading into the next couple of days, that's pretty much how the pattern's going to be. Now, there is one system we'll continue to monitor, it looks like, late tonight and into tomorrow, but I still think it's going to stay to the south of us, down through Kentucky and all towards Tennessee, eventually into southern Ohio. So if your travels take you downstate, it looks like tomorrow and into early Friday morning, there could be some light snow farther off towards the south near the Ohio River. I think we're dry here in central Indiana, although we'll be rather cloudy, it looks like, heading into tomorrow as well. Now, by Saturday, Colts are on the road, and it looks like they'll be in Buffalo, and the weather should be pretty quiet for this game. No snow, by the way, on Saturday out in Buffalo. Look for a high at about 29 degrees. At kickoff, some sunshine will be in the mix, and right around 27 degrees. So we'll keep posted on that. Here at home for the weekend, dry weather holds. In fact, the next 7 days, no rain or snow. Hard to believe here in early January, but that's what we're looking at. Highs in the upper 30s, overnight lows down into the lower 20s, so nothing too dramatic there, at least for the next week. All right, let's get an update in traffic right now. It looks pretty quiet out there. Britt's got the latest on our roadways.
The Traffic Authority, powered by Tom Wood Automotive.
Yeah, Jim, it is quiet at 8:19. We really haven't had much happen this morning traffic-wise. We do have one new incident to point out, though. If you're heading out in the downtown area, a crash Market Street at Illinois Street, so use extra caution heading out in the area. Southside traffic starting to lighten up here, 465 at Man Road. Looks like traveling westbound. Traffic coming towards the camera. There is some activity off on that left shoulder, so just slow down past that if you're going to be on the south side there. I-65 at County Line Road, heading up from Johnson County, cruising right along, a lot less volume right here. Jessica.
Britt Baker, thank you. It's 8:20 now, and there is just one step left in the electoral process, but it will not be a simple one.
Several lawmakers planning to challenge the presidential results today. Up next, a political expert will join us to preview the happenings on Capitol Hill.
It's 8:23 and today is a monumental day in the nation's capital. In just a few hours, Congress will meet to certify the result of the presidential election. Several congressional members from Indiana say they will object to certifying the election results in certain states, effectively refusing to recognize Joe Biden as the next president. So joining me live to talk about what's expected to happen today, the impact this could have, is Dr. Laura Merrifield Wilson. She's an associate professor of political science at UIndy. Good morning to you. It's going to be a busy day. Let's just jump right in. Let's start with this. Do the objections from Republican members of Congress hold any weight today?
They will, because they'll be able to initiate conversation and question, potentially hours of debate. But in the end, we don't expect to see a change in the outcome. And remember, President-elect Joe Biden won 306 electoral college votes. That's 36 more than the 270 needed. So with these objections, we expect to see the challenges and the criticisms, but I don't think it'll necessarily change the outcome of the process itself.
You know, we never get to see this play out, really. And another aspect of that is the vice president. It's the job of Mike Pence to announce who won the election. So he's gotten enormous pressure from President Trump to overturn the results. Could he even do that? What is his exact role today?
Sure. So he presides over this hearing. And as you said, this is a relatively innocuous bureaucratic matter. We usually don't even pay attention to it. It's one of those job titles for vice president you usually forget, one of those roles. In this case, he has talked about how he's following what the Constitution says, and his job in certifying it would not be to overturn, but rather to confirm the election as it came out through the Electoral College. But he's been under tremendous pressure and a lot of criticism in this role for something that generally is a pretty bureaucratic and mundane matter for the vice president just to handle.
These objections, will these have any impact, do you think, on future elections?
Yes, I do. I think this gives the opportunity. Ted Cruz, a senator from Texas, has kind of been leading this in the Senate. You have about 13 senators, probably dozens of members of the House at this point. It gives them the opportunity to criticize, to challenge the Electoral College, to challenge the process. Of course, this is a political stage for them, too. Some of them will be up in 2 years for election. Some of them may have higher ambition. And it's the opportunity for them to make this challenge very public, for them to show what they believe to be the true outcome, and for them to kind of really question and grapple with what the Electoral College is and what it means and stands for in American democracy.
I've got two questions I want to kind of combine here. The president has been trying to overturn the election results. This has divided a lot of Republicans. Could that happen? Is there any chance that could happen today? Also, would this damage the legitimacy, just these proceedings today, of the Biden presidency?
Yes, so procedurally, we do expect maybe as many as 6 states to be in question, beginning with Arizona. They'll go through them alphabetically, but the likelihood of turnover is incredibly low. We have gone through every step of the process. This is truly the last step. So I don't expect to see a different outcome. Though challenging, criticizing, and opening debate in and of itself can be valuable, you wouldn't expect to see a difference at the end of the process. However, questioning it does lead to many Americans wondering, like, is this the right process? Is this the right outcome? And I think we do have to be concerned. There is always a place for debate and criticism and challenge in democracy. That is a healthy democracy, but not to the point where we're eroding the institutions that support us. And that's a real fine line and a real challenge that we're seeing right now in American politics.
Dr. Laura Merrifield Wilson, it will be fascinating to watch this play out today. Thank you for joining us this morning with a preview.
Thank you.
All right, Ange, we'll send it your way.
Yeah.